Hi, everybody. Well, today's May, oh crap, who knows, 28th, I think. I've been so busy on my art room. I ran across the very last of my polyurethane. I've already got it poured equally out because I'm out of B. And this is what's left of A. There's a lot left in it. I know you can't probably see it, but there's about half of this bottle left. So I'm just going to go ahead and toss this stuff out, bottles and all, because I won't be messing with polyurethane any longer. But I did want to go ahead and just get rid of it, so I'm going to do these here. Hopefully it'll go well. Okay, I forgot my little silicone tipped tools. Okay, so that's an item I have not brought in yet. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the pull them apart method and get it all to run in there. Now remember, poly works quick, so I have to work as quick as I can. And these are just forest animals, but there's a deer, a skunk. I think this is a pig. Not really sure. I think this might be a hedgehog. Nope, that's the hedgehog or a porcupine. I don't know. But I'm going to pour as many of these as I can. Any remainder will be poured into a secondary mold, if there's any remainder. And let me grab one out real quick. Let's see, here's a leaf. That looks like something fun to do. I got some florals here, but they're really tiny. And having to work quick, you know. Well, let's do the fishies here. Or maybe some hearts. Maybe I can get all of that in. I don't know, because there's actually a lot of poly there. Well, here's some stars. Those could be useful later on. All right, so I've got everything. Although I'm probably going to run into, I'm going to need more. So let's pull out a few extras like the shells. And do those. Because these are not very deep molds. These are like for nails, fingernails. So I got a couple shell ones. Another fishy one, but oh my gosh, it is really tiny stuff. And since I'm working on a silicone mat, if I overflow, I'm not worried about it. So what I'll probably do is use my stick to clear off the tops of any overpouring. And I'll just let it fall onto the mat. Got more fish. Some more fish. If I need any more, I'll pull them real fast, but hopefully not. I'm going to use this little cup. It's supposed to be a 3-ounce cup. I actually, I got these off of Temu. And these actually are about 2.5 ounces tops. For stirring purposes, I would say 2 ounces. So this is going to have to go quickly and hope that these cups don't leak. So we'll get the bee in. Drain it as well as we can. Throw that cup away. Now we'll get the A in. Drain as fast as we can, whatever's in there. And get stirring. Don't stir very long. If my eyes hadn't gone screwy on me, I probably would have gotten some black poly. But, you know, you can only do so much when you can't see. You don't want to feel this heat up too greatly before you get to pouring, because at that time it's already starting to cure. And so we're just going to go ahead and pinch this right here. It's just going to go down the side of the cup. So I'm just going to let it. Well, here, let's go to pour here. Yeah, it's starting to get quite hot. So I'm just going to pour. Let's get this scraped. Okay, let's get this one scraped. Scrape this over into the other fishies. Oh boy, definitely getting hot. Okay. Let's go ahead and get some of these stars. Oh boy, it's just super hot. Never mind. We are done. I love it. Okay. So what gets done is what's going to be done. By the way, this is very old. And so that is why it's heating up. When you allow your poly to get old without using it up, this is the kind of thing that happens. It goes very quick. And at least I got some things done, I guess, right? All right, I'm going to pause you while this, well, I don't know. Maybe I'll just go ahead and let y'all watch it. I don't think I got as much off as I wanted. There we go. That'll help. Oops, I accidentally dipped into that fish. So I'm just going to paste it in there. Okay, I guess I can just leave it alone now. Musical interlude. Nope, can't happen. My husband's been lazy and ignoring me when I told him I need to get a certain type of glue for him to go get it for me. Because, of course, I can't drive right now because I can't see and I don't have my own vehicle. He's got the only vehicle. So I'm kind of stuck with having to be at his whims. And so my guitar is not fixed yet. I do have wood glue, but you're not supposed to use wood glue. And it would never be stable enough to put the bridge back on. I did find some Gorilla 5-minute epoxy, but I can't see well enough to mix it properly and get it on fast enough. And then get the, that's another thing, I need clamps. so that it holds the bridge down. All right, I'm going to pause you while these cool down now, and I'll be back. Okay, now something I want to show you, that when your polyurethane gets old, this is what you run the risk of. Do you see how bendable that still is? It is cured, but you can bend it. That is not a bad mix. That is bad polyurethane. It's gone, gone, gone. So all I'm doing right now is pulling what I spilled all over the place up, getting it out of the way. It's one way to get cat hair off your mat. But that's what it looks like. So remember, your polyurethane does have a shelf life. And I mean, this stuff here is thick. This one's still hot, so it's still curing inside. Well, look at that. I got a clean cup. Of course, the thin stuff will always be flexible like that. Now this one, because it was really, really deep, this one stayed hard. Or went hard anyway. And these will finish curing up like that. So let's get these little itty bitty guys out. It's easy when they're all pasted together, right? I'll have to do a lot of trimming when they're more solid. But there's those little fishies. Oops. Of course, I won't reuse this one for anything. Okay, let's get this one cleaned off here. Okay, got these fishies, but that fishy, of course, lost its fin, tail. Give these a good wipe down when I'm done. Well, that little fishy made it. Let's see if the leaf made it. Oh, it's only got a little hole in it. It's got one here and a couple areas there, but for the most part, that leaf came out really nice. I like that leaf. Very nice. I am going to definitely have to make more. Okay, like I said, I'll clean these all up when I'm done. Maybe I'll bring you back. Maybe I won't. I don't know. It's been a long day already, and I still have the rest of my things to bring in and set out. But I finally got the Tetris furniture moving figured out. All right, let's go with these. A lot of them's going to come out all together, which is fine. Just like that. And there's the owl. I like him. He's cute. I'll bring these up when I have them cleaned. See, now I got to try to figure out what this thing is. I think it's a pair of doves. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that a pair of doves? At least it's a pair of birds. I didn't know that. Okay, let's see what all these other critters are. So we got the owl. We got the other birds. And this is definitely a fox. Most definitely a hedgehog. He cute. And of course the pig. It's got a little flower on its butt. I'm more interested in a skunk. I like skunks. Used to have a cat named Skunk. She was a tortoiseshell. And loved her to pieces. I lost her a long, long time ago. She'd gotten pregnant, and she'd had a litter before, but this litter seemed to have done something wrong. Something went wrong, and she was giving birth, and it was taking a very long, long time. So I took her to the vet, and the vet said that the rest of the babies were gone inside, and she wasn't going to make it because she'd been struggling for so long. So I had to say goodbye to her that day. But I had a couple of her babies to keep, so that I had her and the babies close by me that way. Now, I'm looking at this skunk. I know I'm probably off camera, but I like the skunk. I'm going to have to make a lot of these in an epoxy. Or since the molds are clear, well, this one isn't clear, so it wouldn't cure very well with UV. But I absolutely love this little skunk. Okay, now comes whatever this critter is. Oh, it's a cat, I think. Ow. Got most of that off there. Or maybe it's not a cat. And I'm not taking enough of this stuff off, so. It could be a cat. I think it's a cat. I think it's a cat. Sorry, my voice is cracked. I do like the poly because it works so quickly. I just don't like it because it works so quickly. You've got barely any time. All your prep work has to be done well in advance, so that all you have to do is measure, mix, and pour. Yes, it is a cat. I like the cat. It's like a Persian or something. It's got a big fluffy tail and a big fat body. Tickle, tickle. Okay. Well, since I'm already doing it this way and you're already sitting there watching, maybe, by now you probably got bored and left on about your business. All right, he's missing part of his horns and ear. Poor dear. And he's got a hole on his butt. But that's the deer. Yeah, you guys have seen pretty much all of this already. Oh, I haven't unmolded the fishies in that one. So I'll finish cleaning this one up. I like this leaf. I really like the leaf. Okay, come on out, fishies. I'll be so glad when I'm done with this art room resurgence, because I have worked my rear end a little past what I should have for the last couple weeks. And I've gotten anxious because I need my husband's help to move furniture. And, you know, he has to work. And then he comes here and he has to also cook dinner, because I can't stand long enough to cook a full dinner anymore. That's why I'm always sitting down in my art room doing whatever things. And so I have to wait for his help. And, you know, he's got some games and stuff he likes to play and all of that. And he always makes me feel so guilty for asking him to help. He does help, but sometimes I have to ask him several times and for the same thing. And sometimes a few days will go by. More often is a few weeks or months or even years. So, you know, since I've lost the ability to take things into my own hands, the art room's taking forever, and it's frustrating. And I try not to get to be that nag, especially given the relationship he and I do have, which isn't, you know, husband and wife anymore. Never really was. But we all deal with our demons, right? And sometimes, just sometimes, we make it to the end of our lives without giving up. I like the hearts. They're very shiny. My garden, it has been growing, yes, some, but the dog dug up half of it. So some vegetables I had are not growing. The weather got, since it's been up and down to my plants, pretty good. And so they're trying to recover from that. I lost a few from the weather. Yesterday we had a lightning and thunderstorm and hail. And in about 10 minutes after it started, we had a ton of wind as well. And Wyoming is not a stranger to hurricanes. And so, yes, we were a little concerned about the hurricane tornadoes. Oh my, wow. Yeah, I lived in Texas where hurricanes were too, so I'm no stranger to big storms. Lived in California, no stranger to earthquakes. But yesterday's storm was something else. We got about 2 to 3 inches of rain within 10 minutes time, the first 10 minutes. I mean, it dumped. The rain was going horizontal. It was pretty cool. And yes, I can say that because the big storms don't scare me. And if we did have a tornado, we have a basement to run to. However, I have seen people get trapped in their basements, you know, and get found days later. The scary part would be the cats, trying to get them downstairs real quick. because they would be afraid already. And they already, you know, they're already kind of skittish. And yeah. Ooh, I almost removed its fin there. But there's one of the fishies. They're so tiny and still quite bendable. Anyway, thank you for joining me and listening to all my blah, blah, blah again. I appreciate it. Oh, and hello to you new subscribers. I appreciate you subscribing. That's great. I also have that Temu haul I've been working on. I have to edit it. And between all the craft room sorting and all that stuff, yeah, it's been taking a very long time to get to the editing so that I can get it done. But I'm going to get to it because I have more products coming in. And yeah, got some cool stuff. But yeah, I need to really seriously dig in and get that edited and up so that I can get more. I'm just going to set these over there now and tell y'all I love ya. I appreciate so much. And, you know, I think if it wasn't for me being able to talk to you through these videos, I might have, you know, given up. Just sat and watched TV on my butt all day for the rest of my life. But, and yes, Mac Fufu, I did get your Discord message. Oh, I almost threw that itty bitty little fish away. And I will get a hold of you possibly tomorrow morning. And we will sit and have a little chit chat again. It's always fun when I get to talk to you. And, you know, if anybody else wants to join in, I will say this, you might hear some foul language once in a while because I'm a real person and my life sometimes requires, and I'm going to say it, requires to cuss, because if I don't, you know, there's that thing about stress when you want to pound the living crap out of somebody. And sometimes, you know, you just have to use the words to make your point. But, yeah, anyway, love you. And I'm going to clean up this mess, and I'm going to let you go. All right. You know what comes up, you know. Smash the thumbs up if you liked the video. Please leave a comment. Subscribe if you haven't. There will be actually more videos coming. But as a matter of fact, I'm going to give you an update on my art room and show you. Because, wow, I did some extra big changes since that last video. Like I said, I played Tetris with furniture. But anyway, yeah. And, you know, maybe share. All right. Peace out. There it is. Love you.